One on October Sunday afternoon. Just decided to go live myself because I was bored. I don't see anybody else doing anything, so I just thought I'd come on do this. Something that you guys want to do, a Sunday chit chat in the afternoon. I know a lot of people do things in the evening and such, so I just thought do it this way. Hope you like my side window chat there with the graphics. And for those of you who want to support the channel and everything, yes, we do have different Halloween merchandise. This is just one that I happened to put up. Just freaking meow Halloween shirt. Monies help grow the channel, support us, be able to, buy equipment, etc., allow us to go out to special events, the Walk With Me's, or some other things that I happen to do. Hopefully, I'll start really doing it down the line a little bit. I'm going to say a little bit, but I'm not saying a lot. Life has just been topsy-turvy for me for the last little while, with a lot of changes and a lot of catching up to do. I'm sure some people understand that. You got to catch up in life. Sometimes you make changes, and those changes put you behind the ball a little bit, behind the rock. And you got to crawl out, look from behind, and move forward. Some of those changes you got to do personally, but you got to be able to acknowledge that you're in a situation where you need some help, whether you get it from somebody else or that you do it yourself in such a way that you can move forward. Be happy with yourself at the end of the day, because you don't even know when that really matters. And if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for you. And nobody else can make you extremely happy unless you do yourself first and make yourself happy from the inside out. So that means maybe getting rid of some stress factors, getting rid of drama that's wandering around in your life. And I say it, and a lot of people don't do this, which is so stupid. But get rid of some people that are in your life that are causing you drama, causing you stress, causing problems because they have it around them and it bothers you. That means you need to let them go, push them away, walk away from them. If you can't do that, then you need to tell them and come in an agreement that, hey, look, because of these certain things, it's causing me too much stress, too much stress. I'm not going to come around as much. Doesn't mean that I'm not supporting you. Just means that I can't do it because of the other people that you want to hang with. There's nothing against you. It's between me and them. But, if I'm not around that much, or I'm not, I come in, just say hi and I leave, don't take it the wrong way. And I personally do that now. There are other social media channels that I go to, besides this one, where people have toxic, dramatic type people that cause too much generalized stress that I don't need it. That I'd rather stay away from it. But I'll pop in, I'll say hello, I'll do whatever my means for me is to that creator of that social media channel. Doesn't matter who it is. I'm not there for the other people in Chit Chat. I'm more there for supporting the person who's got that social media channel, telling them, hey, I've shown up, I'm here, hello, in whatever way that I do it. Now, I'm also at the point where I kind of went, and I've said this, and I'm going to say it here, and you hear it from me directly. I'm going to give what I get out from things. So if I give, and I don't see very much coming back, then I'll cut it back, I'll tone it back, and give exactly what I get. Some people won't like that. Maybe their panties will get in a twist. Maybe they'll get upset over it. It is a two-way street. Now, I come by, to different people's social media channels where they go live, where they do premieres, whatever it is, showing games, this and that. I'll pop in. If nobody's chit-chatting, I'll say something. if there's some people there that I don't care about, I might not say much. I'll let you know that I'm there. And then I'll just sit back and watch. For whatever length of time it is that I end up spending, is the length of time I end up spending. Um, because right now, there's things that, yeah, I got to do that I've been putting off. That's my own fault. And I just got to move forward with it. And it's one thing I kind of have to put off, but I'm trying to move forward with. But that's financially for something that, I got to do. I have a deadline. And once that deadline comes, I better hope that I've got somewhere to go. But anyways, I don't know. I know I had this other one that I was making that I was going to do on Saturdays, and I just kind of, when I get going on a Saturday, I just don't feel like it later. And I want to be able to use my Saturdays to go out and do other things that I can for free if I can. I was supposed to go somewhere yesterday, but because I didn't have enough money to do the transportation without causing me issues elsewhere, I didn't go. Plus, the weather wasn't all that great here in the area in which I live in. Supposedly it's raining outside. I haven't even looked out the front door to see if it actually is raining. I can't really tell from my window because whether people know it or not, I don't really care. It doesn't mean anything that, yes, I do live in a basement. I call it a dungeon because it's dark down here. Very little sunlight comes in for what does. But the window that's above my head behind me, where I'm sitting on my couch, it's still got grapevine leaves covering, so you can't see out as much. But I like to, look out sometimes. But I like that, and it's good because it's privacy. Nobody can just, walk up to the window and just look in because of the way it is. I can't explain it properly, but anyways, these are just some of the regular things. Because normally I look out the window and I can see if it's raining. If I don't hear it hitting the window or heavily following on the leaves, then I don't know. I noticed that a few people popped in there earlier here at the beginning. I don't know who they are, but if somebody they know, hey, by all means, just say hi. Uh, you can type it there in chat. I don't really care. Um, you come in my chat, all I expect is for you to give the respect to not only me as the creator owner of my channel, which you should do for any channel, but anybody else is in chat. And if you don't get along with somebody, that's perfectly fine. Pop in, say hello, and if you leave, you leave. Okay, I can't force you to stay because there's people that you don't get along with or you don't want to talk with. Hey, I have people like that too, and it's my choice whether I stay there or not or go. Right? I'm trying to get a few other things going, this and that, and I'm hoping that I can, and we'll see what happens. Now, I'm using Restream here for this, and I see Restream has changed a few things. And one of the things was they used to have, if you had an icon, the circle icon around the circle, it used to expand and contract to say that you were talking. Doesn't show that here on this side. Now, on the studio side, there's actually a volume bar and a volume control where I want to mute the person or adjust their volume so they're not so loud. And I know that's working because I can see when I go to that part, I can see it. I put the side chat here so if anybody does type that, at least it shows it there in case anybody's not paying attention properly. Or also, if I have anybody else up here with me live on the panel, they can actually see that. They don't have to jump over to YouTube as well and see everything like I'm doing, so I can see both. Anybody that comes along, hey, you want to talk about something in history, whether if it's paranormal or not, or haunted, or wrestling related. I know a whole bunch of different things. Um, I might not know everything, but I do know a fair bit. And sometimes um, I'll look it up and see what information there is and something. And I hope you guys, did watch my little video that I put up the other day on the Muffin Man, um, and that you like the little avatar or thumbnail that I made up there. That's my creation that I did. Uh, so I hope you guys like it. I have other things. I do have this weird creative side that once I get going, I can do things. But right now, most of the programming for things that I'm doing is just free on the internet to use. Um, so I create my images for free, and then I alter them on a image editor and add my text and whatever else, or overlay pictures, etc., to create a main type graphic. I'm not paying for anything anymore, um, because I've cut back a lot on where I was spending. Even some other things, I'm not going to mention it. It's 100 and I think it's $150 US. Or no, it's 150 Canadian. So it's 110 US, I think it is. Comes to 150 roughly Canadian. Something that's going to end soon, but I need to bring it back because it's a great thing. In the beginning, I remember when it was like only $30 to begin with. And this is going back several years. Um, but over time, more and more people started getting into it, so they had to expand, the programming, and so the price has gone up, which I don't mind. As far as I'm concerned, it's one of the best out there. I'm not going to mention the name. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want it to be flooded. Because I've noticed other things that are similar, that do programs similar to this, that they got flooded and now they're hacked almost every week. And your data and information that was stored there is leaked out, and I get emails saying, "Oh, that my accounts there, whatever, blah blah blah, are going to be, frozen, going to be deleted." It's like I haven't used those things since like what, the early 2000s, right? It's like, oh my god, are you kidding me? Um, or for instance, and this is one email I get constantly. My AOL account is going to be frozen and deleted and referred to collection agency. Last time I had an AOL account was when they were sending out those free discs for you to sign up back in the late 90s. Okay. When AOL was popular for everybody. Um, I used it for the short period of time because, hey, it was a cheap, free, short, what was it? 3-month internet service for free. And then you cancel it, and then I take the next one and add the next one, and you make a new account. You keep going until finally they cut on to this, and they stopped it because they started checking your ISP accounts, and your actual, your connection for a few other things that you have about your computer and stuff. I know you computer geeks and gurus will know what I'm talking about. But anyways, that's that. So if you guys are free on an afternoon and you want to chat, hey, by all means you can. You can type things in the chit chat, put them down. I don't mind as long as it's reasonable and not stupid. You know what I mean? And if you don't know what I mean, well, you'll find out, because I'll say this: my moderators, I know one's watching. Um, they'll jump in if they have to, but my moderators are allowed to mute somebody. Plain and simple. I do not give my moderators, or do I want them to ban, block, or kick somebody off this channel unless I say so. One person has that permission because I know they know where I stand. And not only that, but they are also a legitimate lawyer both in Canada and US. So they have permission to do whatever because they know laws in and out of certain things. If they don't, they look it up very easily. So they have that permission. I don't worry about them. But the rest, yes, they can mute whoever, whatever length of time, how many number of times you want. And it's just to say to you, if you get muted, maybe something you said isn't right. But if you're muted and a moderator didn't mute you, and I find out that you're being muted, then I have a feeling that is Google/Facebook computer mods doing it, because they have a filter ban on certain words or certain ways of a string of words, and they mute people because of it. And it still happens today. They're constantly fiddling around with it, but they'll never get it right. There are some other things about some people that grow subscribers, and all of a sudden they see that they lost a few subscribers. Instead of losing one, they see they lost 10, 20. And part of that is because that individual that you lost actually had more than one account. So you're losing the number of subscribers based on the number of accounts they had. Plain and simple. Now, some people I know, they like to do their lives and they want just those who only subscribe only to be able to chit chat. So if you're not a subscriber for a certain length of time, you just can't talk. I won't go there yet. I'll leave it. Not worried about it. I will just, do it my way until I need to change it. Same like, I don't want to say, oh, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, because it's not important. The important thing is, majority of us, hopefully, are adults, and we should be acting like it, not like, the school children or teenagers that we once were at school in the playground or down the locker bay area, with all that stupidity. If you got an issue with somebody, then fine. Keep it between you and them. You don't need to, blast it all over the place. There are some people that just don't get it, what they're doing. Maybe because they don't think they're doing anything wrong, or, I hate to say it, but maybe they just don't have the brain power to understand, because their intelligence isn't there enough for them to really realize what they're doing. Some people do things and they just do it and they don't realize it until finally all of a sudden that light bulb goes up. It's like, oh my God, it's like, that's the way I've been treating people. And it happens. Okay. I'm just talking here because there's, I know somebody's watching, but that's it. Nobody else has come in and started talking and chatting. I don't mind. Actually, I think I'm going to go share this anyways over to my Facebook. So let's put it in the general feed. So I'm not watching the screen at the moment. So the way if anybody over there sees it, they can pop in, say hello, will I be adding any more moderators at this moment, in case somebody's wondering? No, not directly. It all depends on what happens. Now, I may adjust this time a little bit for the afternoon, depending what's going on. I may ask some people, maybe, hey, you want to come up on panel with me and let's talk about something in particular and do it. So I may switch what I was doing on Saturdays, what I named, and maybe do a new logo up, banner, thumbnail for this to be on Sundays instead of on Saturdays, because Saturdays I just find I'm doing too much. I do something every Saturday. Actually, I do two things every Saturday morning, no matter what. The second one, I can adjust it. The first one, I could probably adjust it too, but I have to kind of play around with it because it's difficult sometimes. But I can get around it. It's not a problem. I've put it off before and done it, later in the day on Saturday if I had to. My other channel, my gaming channel, I haven't really done anything much there lately. I know I started to show you guys a bit of creation for AEW Fight the Fallen. I've created a couple of extra characters. I haven't really done much. I've just been kind of really out of doing these things. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of everything else that I'm going on with my life. I just kind of got out of it, kind of got bored of doing whatever. Maybe it's the lack of watching participation that's happened in the last several months for a lot of people. I don't need a big subscriber count, to be honest. But if you want to subscribe, that's your choice. You don't have to. If you're, somebody that I know and you thumbs this up, hey, if you can't make it to the live chat and you're watching this as replay, just leave me a comment telling me that you thumbs it up, okay? At least then I know that you've been here. Otherwise, I have no idea at the moment. I don't have my monetization, and I don't care about getting it back on here, to be honest. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and things like this, like the t-shirt or my PayPal me, are the ways that you can support me. If you want me to recreate another thing back, I don't know if I still have it or not. I do have another means of funds, and maybe I can make a membership through that way. I'm trying to. I'll have to go look through PayPal again, see if there is membership status things there for people to become members, and like a monthly subscription of some form. I won't make it work very much. And go from there. I may make a couple of tiers, a basic one, and then one a little bit bigger to offset a few things. Hey, John, how's things going on your end of life? I know you've had a few little things that popped up. I'm not going to really say, you can talk about that separately off of here on the social media that we're connected with. And that's the thing. I'm not going to put a link or pin it for people to come up on panel. If you wanted to come up on panel and talk live with me, hopefully I have you on a social media platform that I use, and then I can send you the link privately. I'd rather do it that way. And then, of course, I'll be paying attention as to whether or not it is you or not, because I'll be, chit-chatting with you before you get popped fully up and be shown. You can hide behind an avatar like this if you want, if you don't want anybody to see you. I'm not going to worry about it, and I don't care about anybody else. It's not about, I don't want people to see what I look like, or et cetera, et cetera. I do have an issue with my laptop and with Restream and my camera. Now, my camera works. It perfectly works. Oh, okay. Well, you didn't get the new one there yet, did you, John? Or was this one of the older ones that you had once before? You can explain a little bit if you want there. It's not about that. I had the program OBS, and I had OBS control my camera before connecting to Restream and StreamYards. And for whatever reason, even though I got rid of OBS, for some reason it still kind of controls saying that it's still being used, but not, and I don't know how to disconnect it properly. I would have to have somebody come in person and look at my laptop and do it. Because I have nothing about OBS on my laptop anymore. So I don't know how it's still controlling my camera. Because that's what it's saying. It's saying there's another program controlling my camera. And when I go to check everything, there's nothing there. So, Starlink. Okay. Cool. Good to hear. But how is it treating you for you doing your own streaming, John? Is it have you tried that yet? Will it let you do that? I know it's letting you do everything else, but to actually stream, like say, as you play, Grand Theft Auto, or or something else, will allow you to do that properly without cutting you out. Um, so that's why you see me behind an avatar, is because my camera will not work. It does work. I've used it on other things. I've used it on Zoom. I've done it recently, and I've done it on a few other things, and my camera, no problem. But for whatever reason, what it is, when I try to use any software like Restream to go live to YouTube, it says it's being used by another device. So I have no idea yet. No problem, John. Do it as you can. Life comes first. It's like I say to everybody else, real life comes first, and you do what you have to do from there. And if you ever find that you need to step away from social media platforms, hey, by all means, step back. Take some time to yourself, get yourself centered, get yourself, calm, collected, de-stressed, whatever, and then come back slowly. Don't rush into things, but also at the same time, if you need to take the step away, I say this: look at why you got stressed out. What was it in particular? Is it events? Is it that you're doing too much? Is it individuals? Is it a group of people? Why do you need to step away? What is stressing you out? First, make sure you know that. And then once you know that, then you know how to come back. Because maybe you need to step away from certain people. Maybe it's them that are stressing you out. And you could be good friends with them for who knows how long. But if there's too much drama around them and certain things, then maybe you need to step away. Okay. I've done that with a couple of people. I'm going to say within the last 8 months that I've been friends with for a long time, but they constantly are always with toxic drama like people. So it kind of follows them. It's there with them. That's all they talk about is so-and-so's doing this, so-and-so's. It's like, I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't care. If these people want to be like that, let them kill themselves or hang themselves, whatever it is, you want to say, or let the shoe fall on the opposite foot, let them bury themselves, whatever saying you want. Who cares? People will eventually see them for who they are, and just let it be that way. I don't come around to some people's channels. I don't even bother with some people because of all the nonsense that they have around them. And it's better off just to stay away. For myself. I don't care about the rest. It's for me. Now, I'm not, running around trying to say, oh, I need to get more subscribers, get to all this, but I don't really care. They're just numbers. Okay. And even so, even if, to be real honest, even if you get monetized here on YouTube, or I should be saying it properly, Google YouTube, because Google's the one who owns this and is running this. There's no more regular YouTube anymore. It's just a name. You don't make much. And you have to accumulate to a minimum. What is it? I don't even know if it's changed because I haven't been looking. I've been reading, but it last was that you had to accumulate up to $100. Okay. And monetize money. You don't make much on each video. Depends on how many viewers come in, but it's more about how long they've watched than it is how many have watched. But once you accumulate to $100, then eventually they send you out a check or deposited to whatever means. But it's not just from YouTube. Now it's gone through with another company called AdSense, which then pays you. Now, even though You may say you truly accumulated a real $100. They take their cut. And so let's say now it drops you maybe to $50 or less. Okay? Because the two of them have taken their cuts. And that's just the way that it is, unfortunately. So you have to do other things to generate some form of an income. Even the people that have millions of subscribers, they don't make a lot if they don't have the watch hour time period. There's certain things that people don't realize. It's not how many views you actually get, it's how long each view is there for. Some people only come in for 10, 20 seconds, a minute, and that doesn't really generate much. That may generate maybe a few cents, if anything at all. Right? But that just is what it is. Now, I'm kind of, with gaming, I've been playing online on a website called Poki, Poki. There's a game there that I like that I've been playing, but the only problem with it is that if I leave the game now and don't come back until tomorrow, I have to start from the beginning again. It doesn't save my game status. And that kind of sucks. So it kind of pissed me off. It's like, man, I was all the way up to level 20 and now I got to start all the way back at 0 again. It's like, man, so it takes hours to get back up again. And then when you finally get back up there, it's like, okay, I don't want to play anymore. I like the game. It's great. It's a strategy type game. Because I like those types of games where you have to strategize on how you're going to play against whether it's the computer opponent or a live opponent, because you get to choose both. You can go one way or the other to level yourself up. And then, get stronger items so that way you can progress. Otherwise, you just get your ass kicked. But just go from there. There's another gaming online site that I go to that I like to play some games on too. They have the ability to save game status, but the problem is those if there's like a bonus award and you're supposed to watch a video, there's no videos for you to watch, so you can't get the bonus award. So then you can't help yourself, accumulate to grow better, because now you're stuck on just regular time frame. So if it tells you, oh, it takes 2 hours to do this, but if you watch the video you can cut the time down by 30 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever, you can't do it. So in that way it kind of sucks. So it's like, oh, man. And for a couple of games trying to find them, it's like I got to use BlueStacks. And with this laptop doesn't like BlueStacks for some reason. Everything runs super slow and choppy. Maybe because BlueStacks takes up too much memory space. That's what I'm thinking. So if I want to do that, I'm actually going to need to get a gaming laptop or PC. I'm not in the position right now financially to do that. I know eventually this laptop, I've had it, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now, I think. I could be wrong. I have to think about it for a little bit. And it's starting to wear down. I think I may have to get it buffered, so to speak. Kind of, I guess, cleaned up in a certain way so it speeds up a little bit more. But for the cheap price that I paid for it, it's doing the job that I needed to do, which is just to get online, look at my emails, come in, chit chat, whatever on Facebook, do whatever I need to here on YouTube, watch people's lives, whatever. I can watch that, through my PlayStation if I want to, on the bigger TV. I haven't been doing that lately. I don't know. It's just the way I've been feeling. I've been liking watching everything on a smaller screen. I do want to connect my laptop back up to the bigger screen so I can watch some things like the movies that I do from a website that does free live streaming, or free streaming, I should say. Nothing live with them. I don't think they will. So that's good. I do have a website for movies. The last two movies I watched was The Nun 2 and Mystery Island. I don't know if I'm going to watch Haunted Mansion later tonight or I'll leave it for another day, but it just is what it is. Now, I don't know. I'll stay on here for a little bit longer, I guess. I haven't seen anybody else pop in around, so I don't know what people are doing on a Sunday afternoon. Maybe it's Sunday evening where you are. I don't know, or Sunday or Monday morning. Who knows? All I know is that it's 2:00 in the 2:03 p.m. in the afternoon where I am. Eastern time zone. I don't like to say Eastern Daylight Savings Time because not that. Even if it was, it doesn't matter to me. I just call it Eastern Time. Just leave it as that. I don't know whether you can hear the music in the background or not. I don't really care. And if they flag this for copyrights for playing music in the background, oh well, so be it. Not really caring. Because I think it's totally stupid. It's not like I'm using it to gang subscribers or gang, views or gain monetization to make money off of it. No, I have my own means that I'm doing. But these are things that they've been nailing people with, and seem like now with Meta Facebook, I can't say certain things anymore as I used to, and that's a little pet peeve. They tell you, oh, we care about how you're feeling and this and that, but if you want to express how you're feeling, you can't. They tell you, oh, that goes against community guidelines for saying that. And then if you do it too many times, they put you in Facebook jail. I'm expecting to be in Facebook jail because I got a warning while it was on there because I replied to a post. And then I also got an email about what I posted too. So I was thinking I was going to get the 10-day Facebook jail time. And I didn't yet. So I don't know if it's coming or what. Or if because they changed whatever terms and services that everything else got erased and it's starting at zero again. I don't know. But it doesn't matter to me. I'm a Facebook jail veteran. Only because of images and things that I say. And it's kind of weird. It's like, what? I'm stressing my viewpoint. I'm not allowed to do that. Another thing that they did, which kind of sucks, is that not allowed to post news-related stuff where I am in the world to Facebook, which kind of sucks. Because too many, and I say it this way, too many snowflakes don't like it and they complained and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, good God. As far as I was concerned, that the news, politicians, and religion shouldn't even be on there to begin with. Because they had their platforms, whatever, and they've switched to whatever. It's like, when social media has too much of that, I tune out. Plain and simple. I start blocking, start doing this, start doing that, because I don't want to see it. If I wanted that, I would go out purposely looking for it. If I'm not looking for it, I don't want to see it. And I know many people will agree with me, and sure, there's as many people who agree with me, there is just as many who will disagree. It's like the Jehovah Witness coming and knocking on your door. Do you want them coming and knocking on your door? No, you don't, because it's just boring. You're not interested. Okay. It's the same thing with certain things seeing on social media. People post this, post that. It's like, I don't want to see it. It's like, so I have one or two choices: either unfriend, unfollow them, or delete them, try to block the post, and hoping that it's not on the person individually, because most cases it's not the individual, but they're into things that I'm not. So you got to kind of look at it, just like, I've been invited to so many different groups for certain things, I just don't join them all. Now, join a couple odd ones here and there, um, but I don't get a lot of, you know, posted stuff on them, whether you want to call it spam or garbage from them. Okay, uh, whatever you want to call it. I don't get a lot of posts for it, so it's okay. Once I start getting too many posts of whatever, then that's when I start to, you know, do whatever I need to do so I don't see as much. I'm not coming in to look at all this stuff. It's just like when Meta Facebook all of a sudden redo whatever it is in their programming. So all of a sudden, bam, ads start coming back up again. I hate those ads that are in between posts and this and that. And I see them, it's the same ads all the time. And I do. I report them as, repetitive. I don't want to see them. I'm not interested. And majority of the ads have nothing to do with me. I can't eat some of the things. I can't even if I wanted to purchase it, I can't because I don't live in that country. So it has nothing to do with me. Right? Which is so stupid. It seemed like with emails, like I get all these emails that are about services and products that are only available in the United States of America. I can't use here in my country because it's only for there. And I get it all the time. And it's like, stupid, duh, I can't purchase it. It's like, but they don't know that because of my email account, right? They don't know where I really am from. And the way I originally set up the email accounts, I never said where I was. That was one thing I didn't want to do. It's like, why? You don't need that information. Just like how signing into, the old Hotmail, which is now switched over to Outlook, they try to grab you to get your phone number. It's like, why? What do you need my phone number for? Oh, because that way, in case, you ever forget your password or you have an issue trying to get into your account, it's a way to then, get a link so we can send you a passcode to get in. It's like, no, I don't want that because there's too many issues with it being used as that data for somebody else to get to do whatever. And then my phone number gets spammed with all sorts of junks, text messages and this, and that, which I get. Or the the last one, and I mentioned this to some people. I get an email saying that my Peachtree account is going to be frozen. Peachtree is only for in the United States. How the hell am I supposed to get that in Canada? They're not available in Canada. So how the hell would I have it? I know it's a spam type hack email, right? But still, I laugh at it, right? Just like I keep getting emails, I'm sure other people do, about, oh, you've inherited whatever X hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars because so-and-so passed away, but they're from another country, blah, 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 and we need to. It's like, well, I look at, well, if you got my email from who knows where you paid money to get a bunch of email accounts to send this out to, I'm sure you have my other information. Oh, we need you to confirm this and to confirm that. It's like, well, if you have it, well, then why don't you talk to the banks to confirm that that's me? And just give me the money. But I know it's all a scam because they're trying to get your actual true banking information, this and that, and whatever other things, so they can then make either a fake ID of you and then delete you and say, no, this is the real person, and have all the information changed. And then you no longer exist, and then you're flagged no matter where you go. Outside your country, outside your state, outside your province, outside your parish, whatever. Or they slowly drain your bank account. Excuse me. Hiccups came on all of a sudden. I don't know why. I wasn't gulping air. I wasn't eating. I wasn't drinking too fast or anything. I've been talking. Maybe I'm just talking to myself here. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But they're going to do these things, drain your account slowly, or to do other things later on when you not looking, you least expect it, and then your whole account gets frozen for whatever reason. I do have something, and I don't know whether if it became internet related or not, because it's something that I use all the time, and now I'm waiting because I talked to my bank yesterday about it. So now I'm trying to get things straightened out and see. We decided to do one thing and see if it'll work. Um, Bus fare. Okay. My local transit system has their own web page where you can go in and add funds to, a card, and then you can use that to tap on their device, so that way you can pay for your transit fare. It's cheaper. Uh, I get to save about maybe 80 cents to a buck from cash fare, which is fine because that adds up twice a day, 5 days a week. Um, I love to get myself the monthly pass, but just haven't been able to, because so that way I can do a bit more and then put separate added cash funds onto it. So that way, if I take a different transit system that doesn't have a direct transfer, right, or pay an extra 10 cents, transfer onto this transit from my main transit line of service, that's fine. But things have been going awry. So I have to, go through things, try to figure out why it's working, why only there, because it's working everywhere else, but just not with this one company. Bank doesn't know why, doesn't see anything. They went through everything. They're not seeing any flags, any issues, no informations, no errors, whatever. So they don't understand, but it works for everything else. So said, okay, let's do this first. Try this way, see what happens. If it works, great. If it doesn't, okay, then we have to do some more investigating and go from there. It sucks, but it just is what it is. Yeah, maybe I'll go another 15 minutes here, unless more people pop in and start chatting like crazy with me. We'll just go from there. I'm not gonna really worry about it. I just thought I'd come and do this. I don't know, the time frame is no good, whatever. I don't know. I just don't want to do it at 8 o'clock at night when everybody else is doing it. So, just let it go. Oh, I just kind of went over to Facebook a bit there quickly just to see something. And I see an old post that I did, as they call it, memories. Um, Take me back to my childhood, and a lot of this childhood stuff, being changed, being altered because the way it was and the way life was back then, people are too offended about it now. So they have to change it, or they can't show it, or they cut things out. And it's like, man, it's like, just leave it alone. It was a time frame in which these things happened. That's the way it is. It's a classic, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The people that are younger, they just have to learn from it that that was the time then. Doesn't mean it is now. And if they're experiencing those things now, then they need to adjust what's happening now, not cancel and block and delete history to try to make things better today, because that's not the way it is. And when you try to explain certain things like that, most people don't get it, or they don't want to listen, which is dumb. Just like what was it? There was some TV program, I forget where, and people were complaining, saying that it was too racist. Now, if you looked at the proper words directly that were being said, not a single one of the words are actually racist. and people were taken that way because the way the words were being said, um, as if it was, but it's not an attack on them because it's not directed to them. It was just in the programming of the television show for the time period frame. A very popular TV show back in the day. Now, they had all sorts of different nationalities on the show, and nothing was done about it back then. Or things may have been said, but then were cleared up, saying, "Look, it's just a written script to clickbait people into watching," type idea. And that's no different than a lot of these top YouTubers here or other social media influencers, that they do a lot of clickbaiting, whether they want to agree with it or not, whether they want to admit it or not. They do it. They do something, oh yeah, clickbait, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it happens. I know a few people that, they have several millions of subscribers or followers or whatever for whatever social media, and they do a lot of clickbait. And that's how they got them all. They're just entertaining you, and people have accepted it. Until something is done differently, that people, and then, oh, got to retract statements, this and that. It's like, oh, whatever, man. It's just crazy. And that some people just, can't just let it be. We'll take it even with, products. They're saying, oh, individuals about certain products back in the time, oh, they were promoted or whatever from slavery. This is like, come on, really? This is our history. Learn about the history, what happened back then, and try to prevent it for today or for the future. Because living and staying in the past doesn't create you a better future. It doesn't change anything for the future. So do it in a positive way. Change that old negative that you're saying it is, and try to make it into a positive, something new, without having to change or cancel everything, because your history is your history. You can't change that. History of how people got into Canada or United States, it is what it is. You can't change that fact. Though there are groups of people that they want to change total history, change what's being taught in schools, change what's being said on TV, television, or in media to suit their agenda, instead of it just being the truthful facts of what it was for that time period, and just leave it. So it's all over the place. I hope everybody, didn't fall into the pits of last Friday, because it was Friday the 13th. And I did make a post on Google/Facebook about the 13 days of Halloween. Now, if you don't know what the 13 days of Halloween is, then obviously you're not a big Halloween fan, as you should be. And I'm not talking about the movie series of Halloween. I'm talking about just Halloween as it is. Now, there is another sidestep to what 13 days of Halloween is, starting from October 19th all the way to the 31st, being the 13 days. I think that's what it is. The 19th or the 18th, one of the two, for 13 days. There is a book. There is a little bit of, I don't know if there was an actual video or TV series, but I know there's several different books that are written, one for children, one for regular adults, that you can read, that is called 13 Days of Halloween. Now they talk about different events, different things happening on each one of the days, or horrors for you to go through as kind of challenges or tests, whatever. That's the gist of it. But there is actually, I'm going to say it, don't freak out, people. Like the 12 days of Christmas, there is 13 days of Halloween. Now, it's not that you get something, it's what you have to do type thing. And it goes way back. I forget how far back, what century. But anyways, do your research. Figure it out if you can. And if you do, you can come back and tell me. You can come back and tell me what's going on. But in case you guys, anybody who comes up and is seeing what's with the QR code and imagery, everything that's there. Well, we know a little bit about Friday the 13th Jason episode of video gaming with you, John. All I'm going to say is get in the car, John. Get in the car. I'm sure you know what I mean by that. Just freaking meow Halloween t-shirt. Support the channel. Money helps grow the channel, get different equipments, this and that. Also to go do special events and other special things to get done for the future. Support maybe a bit of extra help to do group walk with me sessions through something for exploring or something else that's unusual. So that's basically why it's up there. It's just one of my Halloween merch shirts that I have. I just figured the freaking meow is one that a lot of people can associate with because it's a cat. Well, maybe the series died, but the actual game itself is still there for those who do have it. Yes, a few others do, John, but you know what I mean. You directly know what I mean. But that's okay. That's all part of the fun of it. Being able to, have fun with people, but do it in a respectful way. Excuse me here. I say thank you to those that have given the thumbs up. I say thank you to those who are sitting there in chat. Even though I know some of you aren't saying anything. Maybe you can't, or maybe you don't want to. That's all up to you. I don't know how they're going to kill the server, considering that, you can still play across the game system itself. So, I mean, a generalized place, yes, but I mean, it's like, okay, Grand Theft Auto. We can play it as long as we got PlayStations and the internet. Doesn't matter about any other server. It's just as long as you are able to do it. If they kill it, it's like they would have to kill any ways of actually streaming. Right? So that means you couldn't have it on your console, play it, and stream it online. That just means you can't do multiplayer. That's the only part of it that's getting killed. Okay? It's like the old wrestling games. You can stream them all. You just can't connect to, multiplayer, right? Or you can't connect to creative creations, that sort of thing. That's kind of what Cowboy Join really means by the server. In case anybody's kind of wondering by reading. I don't know anything else offhand. I don't know what else I got coming up in the future or not. I can't say because I don't know. I don't want to make promises that I can't keep. I try to do certain things as I can, and sometimes, yeah. In the last little while, I've kind of been falling through in a bad way, not following completely to it. Yeah, you can do it. Stream your gameplay, John. By all means. I don't have the game anymore. I lent it to a friend, and I never got it back. I wonder, after all these years since the game came out, like that I lent it to him, he still has it. And what condition the disc is in, but that's okay. I don't really care. If I really want to, I could download it onto my PS4 if I want. But I haven't been really interested in playing a lot of different games lately. It just my attention span has been low the last several months. Pretty much since, well, actually, I would say since the beginning of this year, my attention span for playing games has been very, very low. I just play for a period of time and then all of a sudden I just stop, man. I just stop. I just like, okay, I don't want to play anymore. I don't care whether if it's, with other people. I just kind of like, no, that's it. I'm done. I'm not interested anymore. Move on to something else. I don't know. It just is what it is. Um, we do have a few, I think, John. I just don't remember which. I'd have to pop back on my PlayStation and see what your game list is versus mine for trophies and all. And then that kind of will say, or you can even do it for mine. You still have me on PlayStation. So, I mean, if you ever get a chance, you go in and you look up my name, you can actually see all the games that I've played that are still listed if I haven't deleted it off my system yet. Because, you're allowed to do that on PlayStation. You can see what people have played or what they're currently still playing and what trophies they have in each one of the games. Some I don't care about the trophies. I just play the game and that's it. I stopped playing one. I was playing. What was the last game I was really playing? Well, I was playing a bit of AEW for a bit, and I got some trophies in that because I was going through it. But there was another one, a racing game. Now I forgot the name of the game. And I was actually going through it, and I was like playing, and I got to a certain point, and then I stopped because things were happening, or I was having internet issues, or this or that, and then I never went back to it again. My internet is okay. It's just the Wi-Fi connections, and I think I have to go get a proper Ethernet cable to connect from the actual modem from my Wi-Fi to my PlayStation, so that way it's a direct line instead of going through Wi-Fi. Even though the Wi-Fi box itself is not even 2 feet away from my PlayStation. Okay, that's how close it is. So there shouldn't be Wi-Fi issues, but there is, believe it or not. So until I do that, I probably won't be doing too much playing as it is. Well, people, I'm going to end this in just a little bit here. I want to say for everybody that's popped in, give me a thumbs up. Come in just to pop in, just see what the hell I'm chit-chatting about. Thank you very much for showing up. If I know who you are and you happen to come in, see this, you thumbs it up, whatever, or you just come in and watch for a few minutes. Hey, leave me a comment down below. Tell me that you have. All right. And then, I'll respond to you. That also tells me, if you do something, maybe I need to pop in and see you while you're doing something. As long as the time frames work out, then I'll do it. I know a couple people will be doing some premieres or lives later on tonight. I know 2 right offhand for sure. I will probably just pop in enough to say hi, because they do it a little bit later evening, and when those premieres go off, sometimes I'm looking to go to bed on a Sunday early, so that because I get up early in the morning for my work week every day. Monday to Friday, I'm up. Geez, I wake up many times, but I'm officially, when I get out of bed, is about 4:30 in the morning. Even though I don't have to be up then, I could stay in bed until 6 because I don't leave until after 7:30. But I'm up, eat breakfast, do whatever else I have to do. And then I pop online and go through emails and everything else. But with that said, folks, let's try to come back again next Sunday. Hopefully more people will come in and, be a little bit more in chat. I don't know whether it'll be the same time frame, maybe a little bit later. Maybe, I'll start at this time instead of what I did. Maybe I'll start a little bit later than that. I don't know. I'll I'll try to keep it consistent if I can, and maybe hopefully I can get somebody else to come up here on a live chat with me, and we can talk about something, or see how the chat goes, and we just go with the chat and let it go. We'll try not to let it get too far out of well, we won't say on topic because it's not really topics that we're going to talk about, but maybe if we are trying to talk about topic, we won't let it get taken around the bush several times and out the back and past the red barn before it comes back into the house again. You know what I mean. But with that said, thank you very much, everyone, for showing up, and we'll see you again next weekend.